What's up, Psychedelic Spotlight? My name's James, and I'd like to welcome you to the Psych Business Roundup, a segment where we cover the most important news stories from the past week when it comes to investing in psychedelic medicine. To start, we're going to be looking at a brand new Phase 2 clinical trial launched by PharmaTher, which aims to treat patients with Parkinson's disease using ketamine. Now, to be clear, the aim here isn't to treat the Parkinson's disease itself, but rather a side effect caused by current medications called levodopa-induced dyskinesia. Basically, while the drug levodopa can help mitigate the effects of Parkinson's, long-term, it can cause serious, permanent side effects similar to that of Parkinson's, which is obviously no bueno. After noticing that Parkinson's patients who are taking a low dose of ketamine for pain relief were also getting relief from dyskinesia up to several weeks after treatment, PharmaTher decided to launch a clinical trial to study the issue specifically. Treating Parkinson's is super important since it affects an estimated 7 million people globally and there is no cure, though drugs like levodopa can help. In terms of business, treating Parkinson's is expected to be a $7.5 billion industry by the end of 2025. Next up, we're going to discuss the potential for psychedelics to help people with PTSD, specifically in veterans. Recently, at a congressional hearing on the use of psychedelics to treat PTSD, an official from the Department of Veterans Affairs said that they are, quote, very closely following research into the potential therapeutic benefits of psychedelics like MDMA for military veterans. Now, this is super important because MDMA psychotherapy to treat PTSD is likely going to be the very first psychedelic treatment to be approved. Recently, MAPS completed a Phase 3 clinical trial that showed that of those diagnosed with severe PTSD, 67% of people improved so much after their MDMA psychotherapy sessions that they no longer qualified to be diagnosed with PTSD. Or, in other words, they were cured. Plus, on top of that, another 21% of people significantly improved, but they were still diagnosed with PTSD. Now, to be clear, literally no other treatment option that we have in our toolbox comes remotely close to this success rate. Based on trials like this, we are probably 2 to 3 years away from MDMA therapy for PTSD becoming legal, and it is essential that we get buy-in from influential government organizations like the Department of Veterans Affairs. So a lot of people think that the government is going to stand in the way of legalizing psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy, but actually, all the evidence to date kind of points in the exact opposite direction. Veteran PTSD is a crisis, and helping ease this seems to be one of the very few bipartisan issues that exist today. For those hoping to see psychedelic psychotherapy become legal in the future, this congressional hearing was about as good a sign as we could have possibly asked for. Finally, we're going to be looking at Seattle, which has become the largest city in the United States to decriminalize some psychedelics. Going forward, Seattle police are instructed not to investigate, arrest, or prosecute anyone for growing, possessing, consuming, or sharing certain natural psychedelics. It would, however, remain illegal to sell these substances. The bill only covers natural psychedelics such as psilocybin, the active ingredient in magic mushrooms, so synthetically created compounds like LSD are not included. With this decision, Seattle joins an ever-growing list of jurisdictions to de facto decriminalize the use of most psychedelics. This is important for investors because in order for us to progress the agenda of psychedelics companies, we need to continue to shift the cultural dialogue around these substances. As more of society becomes open to the healing potential of these drugs, the more likely it will become that psychedelics companies can bring psychedelic drugs to market. I'm James from the Psychedelic Investor, and I'll see you next time.